favored by? What are they not favored to do? All that kind of stuff. And I was a little bit surprised when I realized that the Tigers, the last 2 years, have been the overall favorite to win the national title. They've been number one favorite, and they didn't win it the last 2 years. The last time they weren't the favorite was
2018.
2018. What did they do in 2018?
Perfection.
They ran the table. Perfect 15.
I was going to say,
exactly
hang on just a second, Brad. Let's clarify for everybody. Because there are eyes that come out preseason, there are eyes that come out during season, there are eyes that come out, August, September.
Preseason odds. We're talking about preseason odds. When the season began, Clemson was favored the last 2 years. They were not favored in 2018, the last time they won the national title. Right now, they're number 2 behind Alabama. Alabama's a plus 225. Clemson's plus 300 on DraftKings Sportsbook. If Clemson loses to Georgia in the opener, and I'm putting an if on that right now. We're not calling that game one way or the other. But if Clemson loses to Georgia in the opener, their value will skyrocket because we overreact to things, and the loser of that game, their odds are going to plummet. And all of a sudden, I'm telling you guys, Clemson will be a juicy, juicy bet to win the national title because I think this opener against Georgia is a mulligan for both teams. I don't think either team is out of it if they lose.
Absolutely. Yeah, I tend to agree with you on that. Honestly, I don't see how Clemson loses to Georgia from what I saw in spring games and stuff. I think Clemson's hands down.
Really? Spring games?
Yeah.
Spring games?
Yeah. The defense that Clemson ran on the field, spring game was hands down better than at any point last season. I think manhandle Georgia. I think if Georgia can't get passing game going, then they're going to struggle to score points. I think if you're asking me right now about that game, I say Clemson wins about 2 touchdowns easy. But to your point, if they were to lose that game, which, like you said, is a big if, I don't see how Clemson can really, remain in the national title hunt. You're saying it's a mulligan, but where are they picking up quality wins on schedule? Who else did they play in their regular season that would give them a quality win?
Well, I think if you have to take into account what happens the rest of the landscape, and right now, I think there are 5 really good football teams that can make the playoff, and I think it ends there. I think we're talking about 5 teams. So if Clemson runs the table after Georgia and has just 1 loss, I know they're going to have a ton of quality wins, but they're not going to take a 2-loss team, and they may not take a 1-loss team who didn't win their conference title over Clemson. That's why I think the Tigers are still in it.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you, Brad. A 1-loss ACC champion is yet to be left out to date. So if Clemson were to lose that game, I think they are very much still in it for a playoff spot. Because like you said, I think there's only about 4 or 5 teams capable of winning it all too. So by the time we get to the end of the season, everybody else will be beat up on each other. Clemson will still be there. Clemson would likely go on and run the table, win the ACC, sit there as the 1-loss ACC champion.
Who do we think are those 5 teams? You said 5 teams, Brad. Oklahoma, Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, Georgia.
Clemson, and Georgia.
Right,
There's a steep drop-off once you get past those 5. Steep.